Well, welcome to Vuyatela Dam, folks, and sorry it was a bit of a bumpy ride to get you, but these two hippo bulls are fighting, and let's just give them some time and give ourselves some time to establish how intently they are exactly fighting at the moment. According to what the webcam was providing us with information, was that they did tend to calm down to a degree during the day and are getting a little bit more worked up, getting hungry, with some slightly different plans, and that is fighting over this prime piece of territory. And what was going to happen next? Oof. Just from that one little attack there, I noticed that one's mouth seemed a lot more bloodied than it was this morning. So obviously the few fights they have had this afternoon have been quite intense. And those little pieces of the fight, we have got some great possible action lined up here. I mean, it could be that one does manage to get one really in a tight spot, and they can cause a lot of damage to one another when they do get to this stage of a fight, but only time will tell. From watching this morning, folks, that distinguishes a deer, and that is the one on the, I can't tell at this stage, but we will keep you updated. But one does have a very distinctive notch in its right ear, which helps to establish who's who, so keep an eye out for that. And also bear in mind that they do have little breaks, just as boxers would do between rounds. They kind of have little breaks where they regain their breath and their energy levels and then come charging in again. Go ahead. That update, do you know whereabouts I'll wait for you to take it from there. Such an awesome vocalization, that. And we didn't hear many vocalizations this morning, which was also interesting. It is increasing. It appears not only their fighting is getting more intense, but also their vocalization, and I'm sure their dominance displays will start beginning to increase as the evening progresses. Madeline on Twitter, good afternoon and welcome on board. A similar question that came through this morning was asking whether hippos fight underwater, and I think they do to a degree through default or sort of advantages chasing one out of the water that they're fighting over. That's when the damage can start getting really big, because they can move a lot faster outside of the water and they can therefore create more damage and cause more damage to one another when they are out the water. So I think out the water and with their heads above the water is the majority of the fighting. When we don't see them doing anything now, they're not continuing to fight underwater. If they were, we'd be seeing a lot of movements of water, but they simply, I think, letting their hearts rest a little bit, regaining their breath before clashing again when they are underwater like this. So that's that, and I hope that answers your question, Madeline, but it is a good one. And it would be interesting to see them fighting underwater, it certainly would. But sadly, we've got no access to prove that. But like I say, from the fact that we don't see any turbulence or movements in the water, we can assume that they don't. Okay, Wium's found a heron that's coming into land, and he's doing a great job showing it to you. He's got his work cut out for him now, though, as it gets closer. But he's handling it. And it is quite windy, so the heron's also got an interesting landing up ahead, but it seems to be doing well. It's got the landing gear out. Awesome, look at this footage. Well done, Wium. And as easy as that. Great shots. That was awesome. And we did watch not necessarily this heron, but a similar heron this morning, also a grey heron, away from us for a little bit of an even to switch between the heron hunting and the hippo fighting. So we have a small clash as we arrived here, and things seem to have calmed down. I don't know if we're a calming influence. I doubt it, but we did spend 3 hours with them this morning, and at 2 points this morning, one individual, and I think they each got a turn of chasing one completely out the water, and that's quite a big step, because they've managed to turn one, overpower it, and get it running away. And on 2 different intervals, they were out of the water, and for some reason, I'm not too sure, the victor of that specific round didn't continue to chase the loser away, and therefore we're still in the situation here